Hi everybody, this is day 4 of our pictures from the Passover. Trying a bit of a change of scenery today, but for day 4, what I wanted to talk about was actually the ceremonial washing of hands at the beginning of the Seder. The leader of the Seder, usually the father of the home, will wash his hands, and there'll be no traditional blessing. And why is this done, and what can we apply to it? Well, as far as application, right now in our present circumstances and situation, it's a no-brainer. Wash your hands. We should always be washing our hands, and it's just an important lesson to know, and it shouldn't take a virus, a pandemic, to remind us to wash our hands. But also, when we think about the Passover particularly, the father, especially in a traditional home, will wear a white robe called a kittel, and he'll have a hat called a mitre, and he'll do this ceremonial washing of the hands. And it's very reminiscent of what would go on in the temple. The priest, in his preparation, he would have his robes, he would have his hat, he would have these ceremonial washings to speak of ritual purity and preparing to lead God's people. And that's basically what I want to focus on now. As the leader of the Seder, this ceremonial washing of hands doesn't only speak of having clean hands, but being clean to lead God's people. And no matter where you are, no matter who you are, you're in a place of leadership and influence, whether you're a parent or whether you're a teacher or whether you just have influence among friend and family. You're in that place, and with that place comes responsibility. And as we live our lives, especially as we go through this time where so many are fearful, so many are anxious, so many people need encouragement, we have the ability to speak into people's lives, but what we need to be careful of is our motive and our intention and our attitude in doing this. Most of us know that we have some form of influence, either as a leader, a manager at work, a parent, but the question is, are we doing it with the right attitude, with the right motive, with the right intention? I think of King David in Psalm 51 after he had a horrible, horrible sin. And again, we've talked about the concept of sin, but when you sleep with someone else's wife and then arrange to have the person killed, that's bad. But in Psalm 51, after he's confronted, he says, "Create in me a clean heart and renew a steadfast spirit within me." So again, as we go about our day today, as we live our lives, let's not just go on the search for leaven to change aspects of our behavior that need to be changed, but to think about our attitudes, especially on the people around us that we have some form of influence upon. Are we seeking to serve them? So often in leadership today, people are going into those positions of leadership just to control or to manipulate or to get people to do what they want. And we see this in the political arena all the time. But when we talk about leadership, we need to be very careful that we're actually doing what a leader's supposed to do, to serve. And I'm actually going to cut this a bit short this morning because I want to elaborate a little bit more on this tomorrow. So again, thinking about the hand washing, let's not only think about having clean hands, but also having a pure heart, one that is seeking to serve others, to encourage others, to have a positive influence on others, not to manipulate or to control, but to encourage and to help and to provide hope, especially in this crazy time. So thanks for your time today, and we'll talk to you again more tomorrow.